Welcome everybody to a impromptu Saturday Minecraft stream. But it's not just me this time. It is Bucky. Hello, Bucky.
Hi.
It's weird me
Hello.
calling you Bucky. I don't do that
No, you
often.
usually don't. You
I
call me
don't.
John.
Yeah. Um.
My real
So,
name, because people
yes,
have those.
Jonathan, which I will not do. It'll be
Don't.
John.
No, do
John.
not.
Yeah.
Please refrain.
I've never heard people call me Joshy sometimes, which I hate, and
Yep.
Joshua depending on who it is. But
hmm
I've never heard anyone call you Johnny before.
No, because those people that have called me that are dead.
That's fair. That's where all those people went. Uh,
Yes.
so we're playing Minecraft. Let me pop over to actual Minecraft in the window here. There we go. It just went black because of OBS. Nick is also streaming right now. Obviously, if this is the future, this may not work out for you. But one recommendation is to pop open twitch.tv/NicoFigs, NIKOFIGS. Have that playing alongside this one so you can have some sweet jams under Minecraft. I don't. I was thinking of Morgan gave the idea of piping the DJ stream over through us and then piping it through. The only reason I don't want to do that is in case there's music licensing when it goes up to YouTube. I don't want that to interfere.
Sure. That's
But
fair.
you can listen in your own way by listening to both streams at the same time and overlay so you get some really good TI goodness. I'm just staring at a wall here. It looks like very much like Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. But it's been a little couple days at least since we did the stream. Bucky's jumping on the bed here. This is his
I
avatar.
like I like the bouncing physics. Yeah, I'm Sans Undertale. I used to have
That's who that
a thing.
was.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Sans. I used to have a Minecraft skin that I made that looked like me, but that was on my old account, and that account is lost with time.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So I am Sans now.
It's your Sans account.
Yes.
I've done some stuff off stream to get some things done with and did some organizing. This is the entrance to the tower that we created last stream. Oh, I think we can go to sleep. Nope. Am I wrong? It's
Can
getting
only
there.
sleep at night.
Yeah, it's getting there. And then, well, since we can't go... Oh,
Now I can.
Okay, well, let's do that first. And then I'll take a quick look around. What's up, Muchism? So we'll go upstairs here. And this is what we were working on the last time. I spent quite a few hours honing it in. So now this is a full circle. Those two doors there are fake. Well, the doors are real, but the entrances are fake. There's nothing behind them except a torch just to illuminate so nothing spawns back there. The reason those are like that is I wanted to plan where the next rooms would be, but I didn't want to make the rooms off stream. I wanted to do that on stream because we've had some ideas for rooms. We also have our beautiful view, which Lilith is a large fan of.
It's nice. I like it. It's very pretty and calming.
And you can see the fenced-in area over there with our animals. I have cows, chickens, and sheep of multiple colors over there for to breed and use for whatever we need. And then we have our small farm over here, which we will expand at some point, but at least we're getting some wheat. And then the door over there, which we'll go show you now, that was our little outpost for when we moved our facility over from the initial one to this one. I use that now as my mine entrance. Even though it's mine, John, I will share it.
All right.
Yeah. And that just goes down, straight down to bedrock, and I did some strip mining down there.
Sweet.
And a little crafting table up here, which, admittedly, shitty place for it. Because when you're down there and you need stuff, you need to come all the way up the stairs. So next time I go down, I'll move it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess that works.
Yeah.
Or you could just make another one.
Yeah, or just, put one on top, put one on the bottom. Here's what it looks like from the outside. It took a lot of tweaking. I just want to make sure no creepers are around because there have been a lot of them. It took a lot of tweaking to get the outside looking fine. I know it could be a little bit better, but this is just the base. But before, what I was struggling with was the smaller tower here connecting with the bigger tower on top with the wood. The angle was very not good. But I think the stairs and the slabs really helped out, and then the slabs on top continuing the design. I think that really helped out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our pasture over
Are
here.
you planning on continuing that going upwards, or are you just planning on that being what it's going to be for now?
For now, that it did have the thought process of, and we were talking about this on stream last time, of having multiple discs in the mountain in different locations.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it was more like it looked like a community of different houses rather than a tower.
Mm-hmm.
If that translates well.
Ah, yes. Okay, I see. So like having it go from like a different location. Oh, I like that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we could have them interconnect either through the mountain itself, where of course we can have a bigger base in the mountain because there's so much real estate in there.
Right.
And we can have them connect in the mountain, and we could also have bridges connecting them if necessary. And then we could do this entire mountain eventually if we want to, just spread it out with different locations. I don't know what we would put in them, but everyone's individual rooms potentially.
Yeah. I was thinking of building myself a little house, so instead of building one out here, I might do that.
Yeah, build another disc. I used I know you're familiar with the circle plans. This tower used a 15 base and a 19 top.
Okay, cool. So you weren't planning on using these doors for anything just yet, right?
No. One of them will probably be a library.
Okay.
Because
I could potentially do it this way.
Oh, you're up here already. Wow, that was fast. You could do it that way. Yeah, by all means.
Have it just be a path through the mountain straight up. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, well, I want to make it even.
Yeah, if you want, you could use this door here. You can make a door there. You can break off a bit here and have like a side platform going around. Whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna think about that.
From an aesthetic point of view, I would probably recommend having the disc at a different altitude.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah,
move it up a little higher.
Yeah, that way we have a little bit of a layer there. Oh, and let's go see the pasture. And also, if you want some armor and such in the chest, I have 6 blocks of iron, which equals 62 bits of iron. Sorry, 42, not 62. Dummy. And you can make a full set if you want. I also have 5 blocks of diamond, with 2 left over. Which one thing I wanted to do very quick was make a diamond pickaxe, so we have it. 7 times 6 is 62. Dumbass. I'm going to put that in the good chest here. And that way we have it. And let's go take a look at this pasture. You have the armor now?
Yep.
Sweet. The one unfortunate thing with the game is, as much as everyone's like, oh, we have our skins and it's pretty cool, you can never see it with the armor.
Yeah, that's true.
So everyone just looks the same as long as you have the armor. Here's our pasture. I threw some fences on the, obviously, the entrance, up the side, so that way they can go up there if they want to. Obviously, we have some sheep and cows enjoying themselves up in the mountain there behind the waterfall, but they can't get out, which is the important bit. And then we have the fence over here to block them from heading that way. Everything around it is at least too high, so they can't climb. The only unfortunate thing is things can come in, but hopefully that will work in our favor if animals decide to jump in, and then mobs just hopefully won't hurt the animals. But we have a lot of sheep of different colors. I dyed them so we can make light colors, dark colors, whatever. I'll need some black dye to make a black sheep, so that way we can use it for gray and such. But yeah, we have a whole bunch. We're not going to be like Gav and have 30 sheep and counting, because it slows the server and all you hear is a lot of animal noises.
That's true.
Yeah. He did that with wolves, and there were a lot. Too much. To the point that the game tells you no more. I think you saw that.
I think I might have, yeah.
Yeah. When you walked in the house and there was approximately 27 dogs just looking at you.
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
did see that.
Drove my dad nuts when we were playing at home because all you heard from the other room was all from all the
Oh God,
dogs.
no.
Yeah,
God, that's torture.
it was bad. So yeah, you're going to be building your thing. If you want, I will show you what's in all these chests here. I mean, you can look for yourself. You're a smart one, but I organize them slightly so to make your life a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
easier.
I was looking at him a little bit before.
To show everyone else, we have the cobblestone chest. We have the building chest of just like blocks you'd use for building. If you need wood, there's a lot of logs that I put in, the spruce logs and the oak logs. What I use for aesthetic purposes here, the oak logs are for the walls and the top bit. We have the spruce logs to give it a little bit of an accent color, and then the spruce logs were used for the fencing. Same with the
Gotcha.
the posts here. We use the basic
Nice.
logs. I also realized something. I think I knew this at one point and swiftly forgot it, which is if you use an axe and right click it on the tree, you get a stripped log.
Really?
Yeah. Well, let's use it on something that's not part of the basis
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Let's we'll do it outside. Here we go. Just pop it down. Boop. There you go.
Oh.
So that way you just strip the bark off. It gives it a different look. So that way all the different
That's
logs have two
nifty.
different looks.
That's cool.
Yeah, and you can also
Oh, it's
craft
that way.
the logs together by doing as you would do a crafting table.
Mm-hmm.
You do 2 and 2, and you can get oak wood or whatever wood. I think it's covered on all sides with bark.
Oh.
So they've added some
Interesting.
stuff since we've played.
Huh, I see that.
Yeah. You can
It's been a
also,
while since I've played regular base Minecraft.
yeah, on a PC especially.
Yeah, that too.
We've been playing a lot on PlayStation 4, and I've done Switch as well, but PC has been a while. Been a while. And if you look on the crafting table, you also see a book. You can open it for your recipes and search that way. There are some recipes that don't show up right away because we didn't unlock them yet. I realized that before. So it's not like the mod. I forgot what the name of the mod was called, but the one that usually when you go into crafting, it shows everything on the right hand side.
Oh,
Not enough items or something.
Yes, I think that was it.
It's not like that. It doesn't show you everything, but it shows you enough to get started. And then, of course, we can always just research everything via wiki or whatever if need be.
Yeah.
All right, it's raining.
Sweet.
It's time for seeps. Spent the day just explaining, and that is okay.
I'm coming back down. Oh, it is raining in the house. We're gonna get soggy wood. This
And
unprotected roof.
Morgan is playing some Among Us at the moment. We had a wonderful time playing Among Us last night. We played with Adam from Sans Pants and a buddy of his, as Adam did for us on his stream. If you don't know Adam stuff or Sans Pants stuff, one, have you listened to ours? Because we've worked with them quite a few times.
Right.
And if you listen to Hackenstone's Gambit or Zaka's Gambit, Adam was one of the Tabaxi along with Zamet. But you can go over to twitch.tv/retro archetype for Adam, twitch.tv/Jackson Bailey, Baly for Jackson's stuff. He's usually doing something crazy. And also /Sans Pants. I think it's Sans Pants or Sans Pants Radio. Oh no, I should have known that beforehand. Hold on.
You have failed.
Sans Pants. Is this the right one? No, it's not Sans Pants. It's Sans Pants Radio. Because Sans Pants is somebody else. Yes. Twitch.tv/Sans Pants Radio. Okay, back to the game. Now that I've properly shouted out our friends. But we played with Adam. We played with some friends of ours. Played with Greg from Very Random Encounters. It was a very fun time.
It was my first time playing. I had never played the game before. And gotta say, that's definitely a game I would only play with other friends.
It is very much a different experience. We played
Yeah.
with a couple random people because we didn't have enough for a full game. And thankfully, a lot of them had just kind of went along with our humor because Adam was very forthcoming about the fact that he was a doctor. And then
Yes.
it became a whole narrative. We also played with your mom and your dad, so it then became playing with our parents, and then there was issues there because one of them was a killer. It was a fun time, and hopefully, I know Adam said this on his stream. We will be working towards getting a Sans Pans Taking Initiative crossover stream together for Among Us. I'm very much looking forward to that. Much as I've not listened to Sans Pans for a while, well, there's a lot of good stuff. I've been listening to a lot of Plumbing the Death Star, especially when I'm going to drive up to get my kiddo for our weekends. It's a wild time.
If you look up towards me, does this seem like a good enough level, or should I move a little further away from the central area to build out a little thing?
I mean, that
the floor here.
That seems pretty good. I would think eventually we'll throw something underneath as well to give it some of the lower altitudes some love. Maybe like just a ring hugging the bottom here, and maybe that can be like for farming equipment or something. I don't know, but we can put it wherever you want, and then we'll just balance.
Okay. What size did you say the circle was?
Size on top is 19. So if you want to do the same size, great. If not, then we'll just have alternating widths as well, which is fine. I mean, alternating altitudes and diameters, I think, would give it a lot of texture and depth.
I'm just going to basically build out a little bit of a floor and kind of bring it out from the mountain.
Yeah, I use the planks for the floor, and then I use the stone bricks, which you can use the stone cutter in the bottom area to make those out of stone. I think I have a lot left over. And then I just made the circle in the middle, or the square rather, and branched off and made like these T sections.
Control. That's what I have to change.
Yeah.
There we go. I had to change the controls because I was getting confused. There we go. There we go.
What, between shift and
shift
control?
And control?
Yeah, it swapped them, and I swapped them around to make sure shift was running and then control was crouching. And then very quickly after that, I used shift to crouch for some reason.
Yeah. Okay.
So for me, I'm not sure what I'm about to do because all I've been doing is walking around in circles and exploring and mostly just talking because you're the one building today. So if you need materials, I can go get them for you. I just did some farming, so I'm going to put some stuff away there. I did some strip mining before the stream as well because I just wanted to get some materials in case we needed them and not spend the whole session getting those.
That's fair because that takes a long time.
It does. It does take a long time.
Some more of these oak logs. Well, I mean, you can build stuff in the meantime too. I'm just kind of like laying out a floor.
Yeah, I'm trying to just figure out what. That's all.
This. Also trying to figure out how to sculpt this thing because I don't want it to be too close.
Yeah, understandable. You also don't need the quarter circle completely. I'm trying to remember mathematical terms of the arc. You don't need the full 90-degree arc on the outside. You can also put it in further or have it out further, so that way, like, some of the circle is actually like hidden or shown.
Yeah.
What I will do is throw some torches under where you're building, so we don't have any spawning going on.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I might just carve out some of the inside and have only like a little tiny bit of the arc sticking out.
Okay. And then just have it bigger on the inside?
Yeah. Have it mostly covered by the mountain itself.
Have a nice TARDIS going on.
Yeah. I have to carve out some of this nonsense.
And then I found, I forgot to show this on stream. So we had, as a little bit of lore that has popped up in this stream because that's how it works. We had the Forbidden Land, or not Forbidden Land. I'm sorry, the Promised Land, and which is exactly the opposite of what I just said, because that's where all the sheep was. And in the middle of trying to make my base, you can see some of the structure here, I realized that there's a path that walks all the way over to where we had the promised land, and it's a nice overlook. So we can, which is not the way that I went, apparently. So, hold on. Oops. Maybe it was this way? There we go. And we have a nice little overlook balcony, which maybe we can work on at some point, to look at the promised land, where we see horses and piggies. All the sheep have oh, there's a sheep. And then we also have a little floating island there. That tower out in the distance reminds me a bit of Lord of the Rings. And like a little dome. But yeah, we can probably make this as a viewing point. So if people were coming in from the sides here, they'll see that like a civilization was here or a building, but they won't be able to get in. Just look. Yeah, there's a bunch of coal here. I might as well grab that when I'm here. Oh, I was going to make a new iron pickaxe as well, because my last one just broke.
Okay. You said 19, right?
19
size?
Yep.
Okay.
And if it's not 19, I forgot. Because I did actually have to change the middle of it. I messed up my math at some point.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Like we were going with 23. I'm like, oh, I want to go to 19. I need to make this 4 shorter on one side.
4,
But that is incorrect because you need to do it on both sides, and
7,
that'd be 8 shorter.
8, 9. No, it's 19. Wait, 8. No. Yes. Yes. 19.
Yeah, I just did a dum-dum for math.
Let me lay out cobblestone to mark out the 19.
But yeah, I put this little banner on here so that way we know the entrance. I'll probably make the door here at some point and build that out. One thing I missed from one of the mods we did, was it Texit that we just did recently?
Oh yeah, Texit. It was
Texit.
a mixture of Techit and Hexit, which was a lot of fun.
Yes. I missed the seed bags from that.
Oh yeah.
It
Those
saved
cool.
so much inventory space.
Yeah. Okay. So this will be
I put the wrong thing here.
3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay, so today we can concentrate on building something. So what I'm thinking about is hollowing out one of the rooms and starting the process of the library. Or at least making some type of room there so we can expand on that. Also, I want our bedrooms to be different. I know you're building your thing there, so you're probably going to be moving your bed over there.
Mm-hmm.
I see the stairs here. Very nice. But for me, I don't really have a bedroom. Well, I have a room with a bed in it, which is not the same. But not a space that's really my own. It's about to be nighttime, by the way, just letting you know. One thing this place doesn't have, which I wish it did, because a lot of my other places did, was a view of sunset and sunrise. Right now, the sun just goes behind the mountain. But we do have a very nice view of this fountain here. Waterfall.
Okay, coming back down.
Okay.
Sorry, I was finishing out a calculation.
No worries.
Oh, good. I didn't get any sleep last night.
I was just about to ask, because we were up until 12:30, 1 o'clock playing Among Us with those goofy individuals.
Yeah, no, I did not get sleep. My body has been adjusting to the fact that I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning for work, and I got up at 8 and I didn't go back to sleep.
That'll do it.
Now,
all right, I'm thinking the library is going to be on this one, or at least we'll build out the room here. This should just be on the ground. So let's start building the dimensions out. As I've said before, when you have floors and ceilings, and this also applies to walls, it's usually good to have 2 layers, so that way you can have one aesthetic on one side and one aesthetic on the other side. So we're going to keep that in mind while we hollow this out. And I think I'm going to have this be more of a square room, at least to start. And if it's going to be the library and enchanting table room, it at least needs to be 5 by 5. because otherwise it won't fit. And we could make the ceiling larger in here if we want. It would be cool if one of these rooms has an open view of the sky when you go in.
Well, I mean, technically, the one that you're in kind of does with the skylight in the middle.
That's true. I am a big fan of the skylight. I'm really happy with that. And it's the first time I actually used diorite or andesite in any building designs.
It looks cool.
All right, it's polished, so you can use a stone cutter, use the polished diorite. That's what I did, and then I did a diorite wall. There is no polished diorite wall, which I don't know why there wouldn't be, but there isn't. And I have that on top, and then on the bottom here, I have polished andesite on the ceiling. And no, sorry, polished andesite on the floor. Shit, I don't remember. Hold on. Andesite on the floor, polished and diorite on the ceiling.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to try the different aesthetics because, again, I don't use it very often. And while we were planning for this, I was thinking of our very old server, the one we had with like Rich and Matt.
Oh man, that one's so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I messed this up. Hold on.
I remember there was a large golden penis at some point.
Yeah, that holds up.
Yep.
What did I do here incorrectly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's why. That's why.
I was also thinking that since we don't do talking initiative anymore, just because, I mean, trying to even plan regular recording is an event.
A challenge?
Yeah. So actually having streams with all of us is kind of hard. I was thinking if we do these streams, we can treat it as a pseudo talking initiative, so we can talk about
the
show in general, if people have questions and such. People should know they can ask us questions anytime in Discord, and as soon as we can answer, we'll do so. As long as there are things we can answer. Such as, is Jeff the Storm King? The answer is yes.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I did mess this up. Oops. Oops.
Oopsie doopsie.
Oops.
I forgot. Did I watch the Schwartz and Middle? I watched Schwartz and Middleditch with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We watched it together. You watched it with Morgan, and then and then you told me about it, and we're ranting and raving about it, and then we had a day where we were just kind of chilling out, and you were like, "Let's watch this thing. I'll watch it again," and I was like, "Sure."
Oh yeah, we binge watch all of them.
Yeah.
Yes. If you haven't watched Middleditch and Schwartz yet, which is Ben Schwartz and Tom Middleditch, it is on Netflix, and God, it's wonderful. We watched that very soon after or before watching Tom Walker.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was also really great.
Super
funny guy.
Yeah. That was the special very, very on Amazon Prime. As a specify, they did not sponsor the show. We just really like their stuff.
Yes.
I feel like I need to say that with almost everything. Because we like promoting things that we like. I mean, why would you not want to?
Of course.
There's something.
Decided what you're doing yet?
I'm just hollowing out this room for now. I'm kind of guesstimating as I go. I'm just making sure that it's going to be 5x5x2 at an absolute minimum. And I just have a library in mind. So my initial thought is to have this be a minimum 2-story location. Have the enchantment table room, though I don't know if I want that in the direct center or have it be like a magical little nook, like the restricted section of a library. But I'll probably want an open, rounded balcony on top. Not like rounded but circle, but like so you can look down like a loft. And then we'll have multiple areas. Maybe we'll have some seating areas like our library. I say our library like our one back at home is still our library, but...
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what area I'm talking about, right? Like the one right before you go down into the YA section? Or
yes,
up into YA?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I realized I made this short.
What, as in just height-wise?
As in, like, where the floor is supposed to be is not as out from the mountain as I initially intended it.
Gotcha. All right, take a look.
Because I put it at the end of this little staircase that I was building here.
Oh.
And started to hollow out. This is just like the 1/4 where the floor would go.
Okay.
That's a 9. That's a.
Oh, do you need torches?
Side. Oh, I have torches.
Okay.
I should put them up. I just kind of put this out because I was like, oh, I can go out here and I can do this, and I realized I made it a little short.
One thing we could do, if you would like to, we could extend the spiral staircase upward and coming out of the ceiling there, and then have like a connecting bit between.
That's a possibility, yeah.
So using the roofs instead of just having them be for nothing. But just a thought, putting that out there. Spitballing.
Maybe I should expand this on out a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like this thing I'm doing now is going to be a surprise at some point, because I'm really not putting a lot of thought into dimensions here. Just doing the hollowing out stage, because that does take time.
I should get rid of this hood.
Hood.
Oh, God. I fell. It's okay. I'm alive.
We got tons of food in the chest if you need as well. And we have so much wheat, so we can make a lot of bread.
I do love me some bread.
We can probably make a few cakes as well.
I had some tres leches cake last night. Oh my God.
Yes,
it was
you did.
Good.
I'm excited for the cannoli that's in the fridge.
Yeah, that cannoli looks really good. I'm kind of jealous.
I'm jealous that it was there because I wanted to eat it last night, and I got way more food than I was expecting, and it stopped me from having a cannoli, which is a sin.
I mean, that just sounds like you need to get good.
You're right.
Just get good and eat that cannoli.
Man, I would have got so tired after having that. It would have just weighed me down in the chair.
See, it would have been the opposite for me, because for me it would have been, oh, I'm tired, but also my stomach is full and I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would have felt like I was dying, and then I would have gave in to sleep. Be like, this is happening now.
That's the thing. When my stomach is full, I can't get comfortable at all.
I get
my
that.
My body just doesn't want to sleep, because it's like there is something wrong, and you at any given moment may immediately have to run to the bathroom.
Yeah. So just all that pressure as well.
Yeah. It's that bloated feeling. Don't like it.
Yeah. I also had to do a weird thing because it is middle of November. I had to run in and change into shorts before the stream because it's so warm.
Yeah, it is super warm.
In
New York, of all places.
Yeah, it's in the 60s.
That's insane.
Fahrenheit, not Celsius. We're not boiling. Well, I'm kind of boiling. You'd be like, well, Josh, why are you wearing a beanie then if you're warm? Because my hair's a mess. And that's why.
Just, be like me and stop giving a shit.
Well, you're also not on camera.
Yeah, well, I don't have anything to say to that. You're right. Yeah, fucking nothing. Let me get this coal while I'm down here.
Yeah, I think we're doing okay on coal, which is rare. We're not like coal is usually something you have in excess after like the first little bit. We have redstone in excess. We have an entire full stack of redstone blocks.
Wow.
Plus.
That's insane.
Yep. And I have no plans to use any of it right now.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to do any electricity stuff yet because
No.
we're really just building out a base.
I'll probably have a secret entrance or two somewhere, but I've
Mm,
found no slimes, so I don't have any sticky piston accessibility.
mm.
Um, hmm. Thinking about this room here, what I'm pondering is, do you need me to go sleep, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. What I'm thinking for the room is whether to walk in on the second floor. Well, actually, this depends on the design idea. If we walk in on the second floor and we are able to look down on the first floor, and that gives the aesthetic of like towering over your stuff. It doesn't look as impressive because you're now looking down on your work. Or we enter on the first floor and we can look up into our library. The
Mm-hmm.
other concept was if you walk in on a middle floor. So that way you can see below and above you.
Hmm.
I'm thinking that may be the go-to. Say if it's a 3-floor library. Obviously, you have your Starbucks on the third floor,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
Barnes and Noble.
Yep. Yep.
At least the one in here in Manhattan, um, around Union Square. Um, and then we have the YA section. We have the adult section. Not like the adult section, but the big kid books.
Yeah, I'm not allowed in that section. I'm not old enough.
That's true. It was weird when they kicked you out of the YA section.
Yeah, that's kind of rude, honestly.
Yeah.
Kind of gotta just get the Hunger Games books in peace.
I'm thinking the middle floor aspect is good because it pinged my interest while I was talking about it.
Oh, oops.
So we're going to
That
be
might not
digging
work
up
out.
and down in here, and I'm thinking to have each one be about 4 high. If we do 4 high and then we do a double layer ceiling and floor, excluding the bottom floor and the ceiling, we're looking at 16 high. Fluff. Which maybe we can look at the enchantment table on the bottom floor. I don't know. We'll think about it. But since it's going to be a 5x5 thing, I probably want everything to be odd so that way we can center it. Which, as long as it's even on both sides here, will be fine. Right now it's 11 and change. If we do 5x5 in the middle, and then there's the side, that leaves 3 on both sides, which means there'll be a bookcase on one, so it'll be a 2-path. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do 11 by 11 for now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I do that without? Yeah, nailed it. And then we'll do 4 high. And then we'll have a layer above. We'll probably have staircases on the side so we can access the top layer. Maybe I'll have those go deeper into the wall so we don't get away from space. Not sure yet. Spitballing as we go.
4, 5, 6, wait, half of time. 11. Okay.
How's it going over there with you? What are you working on?
Good. I'm restructuring the floor. I think I'm going to make this little disc that I'm working on up here a little bigger than the other one.
Okay.
Give it a little bit more room. And then also, I realized I made a slight mistake in making this hallway a 2 because even numbers are not great.
Nope.
So I'm trying to center the room and make it so that it's larger.
Gotcha. I'm burning through axes. Pickaxes right now.
Yeah, same.
Well, I'll come over, take a look at what you're doing, give the audience a look-see. honestly, I'm looking forward to the garden. That's what I like working on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been in almost every iteration of Minecraft we've done. Is
A garden?
A greenhouse stage or the garden stage. I enjoy building them. They're fun.
Yeah.
And they're relaxing. You know you're going to get something out of them.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure what I want to do with this. I was watching... I called out a tutorial series on YouTube last time. Zay Pixel. Z-A-Y Pixel.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, calm Minecraft building videos, and she gives a nice list at the beginning of all your resources, gives optional things you can do, like building the pathway and all that, and just wonderfully clever ideas. And I don't know if they're uniquely clever to her or like an amalgamation of what she's found, because that's usually what everyone does, is they just pick and choose what they like. But she did a greenhouse, and it was a wonderful video. It was like 30 minutes or so of building it. And it gave me the idea of doing a greenhouse, but we have such a large field out there, I don't know if I want to contain the farm within one, or have a greenhouse with a garden outside. Kind of combine both.
Greenhouse with a garden outside.
I guess like having a particular type of vegetation on the inside, or you make like an arboretum in there.
Yeah. You can also have a multi-tiered one.
That's true.
Where you would basically have like a specific type of thing on a different level. Essentially, and I think that I like the idea of having like a larger space for either a greenhouse or anything like that, where you have like a small little cave, and inside having like a little mushroom garden type thing.
That sounds good. I like that.
2, 1, 2, 1.
Okay, I think it's well lit in here. It's 11 by 4. Just like chop 5 by 5 and 1. Yeah, it's 11.
Up again.
If we have the barrier around, yeah, this is now feeling a little small.
10, 11.
But it won't feel small when this is. Oh, Jesus, that's weird, glitchy. Or we could do a single layer in between, because we won't need a full ceiling. It'll just be a balcony. I think it's high enough, though. Why am I glitching like that? That's really... Oh, maybe my touchpad is being activated. Turn that off. No, that was not the thing I wanted. Here we go. No touchpad now? Good. All right.
God, the sound of your pickaxe breaking is just so alarming.
It is. There's no mistaking it.
No. It's just like, hey, your shit's broke. Oh, God.
Thanks.
Thanks, I needed that.
All right, yeah, I think that's going to be good here. Let's just kind of work out the balcony area. I could put bookcases into the wall. That way I can leave it too wide. Yeah, that I think that works. Let's put this on the ground so we have some light here. Oh, there we go. Oh, and we confirmed that not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, we're going to have Jonathan and Julia of Dungeon Drunks for some Phasmophobia. They're going to join Morgan and me. Morgan is not looking forward to the spoops whatsoever. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Apparently Jules isn't either.
Yeah. So. Well, I was talking to Jules this morning because Steven, her husband, He's in our D&D game with Adam and Cass from Sanspants, and I mentioned that Jules was going to do the stream, and Steven was very surprised. So I talked to Jules this morning. I'm like, did Steven mention the game to you at all? And she's like, no, I'm going to have to ask him. So we'll see how that goes afterwards.
Oh my god, that's going to be funny.
Yeah. I know Jonathan knows the game very well because he's been posting pictures. But I played it once. I normally don't play scary games, not because they don't scare me. It's usually... they normally don't, because I come from like a coding background and logical, and I'm like, this, why would it scare me? It's code. But this game felt weird, and I was talking to John about it, and I think Jonathan, Bucky, not Jonathan, and I think a lot of it comes from the sound design of the game, because like especially in the first mission, there's like a low note drone that goes on, and it's actually something we used in the podcast quite a lot to bring on that feeling.
Yeah, there's a droning, like that sound of just the droning low tone, undertone in something. It elicits a very specific response. I watch a lot of horror, and my girlfriend Beth also loves horror, and we end up talking a lot about it and watching it together. And I think that one of the things that I personally known is that yes, you can have all kinds of to me personally, horror is one of the most difficult things to do right. It's one of the most difficult forms of film that is difficult to get done correctly, because there's so many different facets that rely heavily on being done well. And if any one of them is missing, it's immediately dismissed.
Yes.
And it can become cheesy immediately. And sound, I think, is one of those most important features of it. If you can get good sound in horror, you've basically hooked your audience. Yeah, you've placed them into you've already placed them just through sound alone into an environment that they are uncomfortable with. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. What were you saying?
Oh no, if to be fair, I was going to be interrupting you. It's like foreshadowing with sound. You're giving the audience a prompt audibly, and their body is already starting to react before something comes in, and it's a wonderful effect. We used low note 1 through low note 4 of Kevin MacLeod often for Strahd.
Especially in Strahd, yeah.
Yes. Because
I still use them a little bit from time to time in Storm Kings, but mostly Strahd, yeah, we use those a lot.
Yeah. Storm Kings doesn't have the real horror vibe, but we definitely had like stressful situations. And it's very good for that. But the game had this effect, and I think that's why it was affecting me more. I didn't really want to go in the house, but a big part of that also was we're going to be playing multiplayer, and I was trying the game out as single player, and I think that will make a big difference as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Because having friends around and being able to make goofs, especially with that bunch. I mean, I miss Jonathan and Jules very, very much. We haven't seen them in person since Gen Con?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't think I've seen Jules since PAX East. Because she wasn't at Gen Con.
No, it was Jonathan.
Yeah. So it'd be good to get to play with them again. And if you don't listen to Dungeon Drunks, you may know Jonathan and Jules from our stuff. They were in the Meanwhile games that we did during Season 1. Jonathan played Billy Bo Bob Boom in John's games of like the marionette.
God, he's so good.
I don't remember
Bob Boom and Chipper.
Yeah, Chipper. I don't remember Jules's character names. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly look it up because we have it on the website.
Oh hey, look at that.
No games. The screen may go black in the stream. Sorry, I need to look it up. Jules played Cernia Reedfellow, who was the sister of Otis Reedfellow, played by John Sedlak of Dungeon Rooks. Yeah, good stuff, good people. Jonathan actually introduced us to a lot of different board games when we were at the different conventions. Super into games, really knows how they all work, likes to teach people. Pretty sure he was showing us Root, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Which, that was a game that we didn't really get to... we didn't get a lot of time with it. And I feel like if we got more time, we would have enjoyed it more because it was starting to scratch the itch, and then our demo was over.
Yeah. That's how they kind of get you, is those tiny little intro bits of like, hey, here's a game that you might be interested in, and then right when you're like, okay, I'm starting to get into this, can we keep going? No, the demo's
No.
done.
Get out. There's other people.
Yeah, we gotta do other stuff. Please leave.
I'm going through pickaxes galore over here.
Same. I mean, I'm carving out the entire inside of a mountain, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing something similar.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, on the topic of horror, there's actually a very, very good example of a movie that utilizes that sound that you're talking about, that I'm assuming is in Phasmophobia. I haven't played Phasmophobia myself, but I assume it's pretty similar to this one movie.
Could you move your mic a little bit closer?
Oh, sure. This one movie called Irreversible. If you're not a fan of horror, I highly recommend you do not watch it. It is an incredibly uncomfortable movie, and it's an incredibly violent movie. And the one thing that it does well is, I believe it's in like the first hour of the movie. There's this constant droning note that is specifically put in there because it makes people uncomfortable, and it's through the entire first hour of the movie. So it already uses sound in that context to like put you in an uncomfortable situation and then bombard you with uncomfortable visual effects. So it does it really well, but it's a very discomforting movie to watch.
I've heard of Irreversible before.
Yeah.
And it wasn't from you. It was definitely from like a stream or a podcast or something, and I can't place from where, but they had very similar things to say about it. And once you watch it, you will not forget that you've watched it.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where you're like, I've watched this once and I don't ever want to watch it again.
Morgan has one that fits that. I think it's not The Celebration. It's Happiness, I think is the name of it.
Happiness?
She was a TA in a class, and they watched it quite a few times.
Hmm.
Again, I'm thinking that's correct.
Oh, I'm out of pickaxe again.
But she said it's one of those things you don't want to watch again, but she had to, and it's just unfortunate.
Yeah. That's the same with me. One of my favorite horror movies is Martyrs, and I never want to watch that movie again.
Yeah, we're good. I'm fine.
I watched it. I got the point, and like, even though there was probably some stuff that I missed, I don't want to put myself back in that situation and rewatch it.
Did I watch that with you?
I think we did watch it together. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was one of the ones we did in the basement. And Inside as well.
Yes, that one was messed up. That one I think I was a little bit more okay with, because a lot of it had to do with just uncomfortable violence. I think with Martyrs, it was more the psychological effect of what the content actually related to.
Inside stuck with me, dude.
Well, I'm not gonna go into details of what happens in it, but like, given the context of what happens in Inside, that makes sense for the things that irk you.
Yep.
With like needles and piercings and things like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Not a fan.
Yeah, no.
I also have a weird thing with people touching my belly button, and that one hit that one right on the head.
Yep.
And I'll leave it there. If you are that interested, you're like, oh, belly button weirdness.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
I'm not understanding the juxtaposition of playing this very calming and peaceful game and talking about horrific stuff.
I mean, is that not our brand, though?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, look at Strahd. Like, we broke the tension quite a lot. And I say we, I mean Nick. Broke the tension often.
That's true.
With just humor. And it's actually suggested in the book. I think I've talked about this during Talking Initiative or interviews or whatever. But the book suggests breaking the tension with the humor, because it does have a really corny kind of aspect to it.
Oh, actually, that is fair. That's something we could talk about now, because funny enough, I'm running Strahd for my girlfriend and some friends, and I just basically finished reading the entirety of Strahd, so now we can actually talk about that.
That is true. And one of the things John came in and talked to me about was how much we missed.
Yeah, there's a
There's
surprising amount of stuff that we just never had any reason to go see. There's a lot in that book.
Yeah, and as you just said, the reason we didn't see it is there was no reason to do so. It would have made the podcast and the campaign, I think, longer than would have been necessary.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about the length of the show was it felt, although it was like 54 episodes, it felt concise.
Yeah.
And we had our task, we did the thing, we still had a lot of RP in there. But Barovia and the module are lucky in that way that everything is contained in a space and your goals are incredibly clear and not a very far walk.
Yeah, that's true. Which is, the exact opposite in Storm Kings.
The Storm Kings, yeah.
You have nothing but places to go.
And a lot of it is making your own, like you as the player needing to find a reason to continue as well.
Right.
In Strahd, it's, I need to get out of here. Period. Right. It doesn't matter what character you are unless you live in Barovia or you're like, this fits my vibe. I'm going to stay here.
The hook of Strahd works very well because it's one of those things where it's an immediate like, I am trapped, and the only way to remedy this is to follow the plot.
Right. If you miss that Madame Eva reading, though,
yeah,
it could take a while.
It could take a very long time. That's true. But at least there's a lot of the thing that I think a lot of people like about Strahd, because I was looking up a couple things online and of reviews, and like predominantly and pretty like the majority of DMs and people that are a fan of Dungeons and Dragons label Strahd as like the top module of 5e at this moment. And it's a good reason for it, is because it one has incredible replayability. I don't think any two games would be the same ever in Strahd.
The odds of that would be insane.
Yeah, there's incredible replayability, and not only that, it's just a well-structured module. It gives you all of the plot hooks you need almost immediately. It throws you into a situation, which I think is a very, very important thing in Dungeons and Dragons, of a level of almost not giving your players a choice, of like being thrust into a situation that you have no control over and having to figure out what's going on. And there's a lot of unknown going on in Strahd that I think piques a lot of people's interest.
Yeah, I would call it good railroading.
Yes.
I forgot who. It may have been Perkins who were talking about it, or Crawford or something. But railroading is not necessarily a bad thing in games, and
no, it's not.
DMs, I mean, some of them, I would say most of them, are probably doing it under the hood without you knowing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you can go into a game completely not knowing what's going to happen, and that's fine, and you just kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah.
But there is some campaign there that you need to steer in some directions. It's usually brought up as bad when you heavy-handedly tell your players, no, you can't do that, right. Because you need to go here.
Yeah.
That's where
I think railroading, I mean, this is just a personal opinion. To me, railroading isn't so much of guiding the characters in a specific direction. It's more of a idea of having the story or the plot of the module or the game that you're running be more important than the player's actions.
Yes.
Which is what I think a big problem of what railroading actually does. When the players don't feel like they have agency, or the situations that arise they don't have say in, because ultimately D&D is about the player. If they don't have that, then immediately it's going to be boring. It becomes why do I even bother playing this if the things that I do have no consequence?
Right. In that case, just play a video game.
Right. Just like do whatever you want, quick save, and like do it as many times as you want.
Save scumming is what that is called.
Yeah. So I think it relies more heavily on ensuring that yes, the story is important and the plot is important, but allowing your players naturally to discover that plot, and in some ways you may have to do a little nudging in the right direction. And that's what I think makes a good DM, is being able to nudge players in the direction they're supposed to go without being like, you're going this way now.
Yeah. As a Minecraft note, I did discover that my third floor is going to have some part peeking outside.
Oh, cool.
So I think that
God
could
damn it.
work pretty well. I don't think all of
Additionally
it will, but some of
burning
it.
through pickaxes. I'm starting to get a little bit of structure in here. I got half a circle.
Well, let me come over. I know just clearing this out because I'm gonna cover it up probably. Actually, no, I'm not gonna cover it up. I'll just not come into the room unless I know it's safe.
There we go.
Let's come on over.
And there, boop. And I'll put another one over here, and boop.
All right, cool.
Yep, getting a little bit of a circle here. I got a little bit of a view from out here, so it'll be mostly covered. Something that actually might be cool is building a I don't know if I could do it. Ooh, potentially a little fountain. Having like a little waterfall, a man-made waterfall, drip down into like a fountain. That kind of like, if I can do it like this, having like a little pool of water here-ish.
Okay. Oh, just have it like pouring from above the base,
yeah,
or
pouring from above and having this whole little open view be covered by water.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
But so the water doesn't have to go all the way down to the ground. It's like a tiny waterfall that just kind of goes into like a little pool right outside the area. So you're looking through water. So this view would be looking through water because you're not really looking through much anyway.
That could potentially work. Especially if there's another structure above you at some point that is pouring the water, it still shows that the mountain has other details going on, but your base is just covered slightly.
Yeah.
I was also thinking instead of the whole thing being covered in water, having a partial.
True, yeah.
Yeah, so you can have a 2-layer look there.
Yeah, have it coming down one side and have it like filled little pool area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Where
is the zombies?
It's down by the
it's down
ground,
the bottom.
Which I'm gonna kill it. Would you mind going sleep so that way I can go into that room without a problem? Hello, zombie.
Oh man. Oh, we're getting messages.
But overall, how are you enjoying Strahd?
Overall, so far, I like it. I think one of the things that I talked with my girlfriend about is they're very I would say some of them are inexperienced D&D players. So I had a variety of I had a big variety of players. Some of them have played before a few times. Some of them had unfortunately had bad experiences with it, and some of them were kind of new to D&D and really didn't know too much and were a little nervous about starting up new, but were excited because they knew me as my girlfriend's boyfriend, and also one of them had listened to the podcast previously, so they knew my play style and they kind of knew my DMing style a little bit, so they were a little excited about it. And we're only done half the Death House so far. I'm finishing up the Death House later today, and so far I like it. I especially love the I mentioned this a while ago about the Death House in general, is the level of uncertainty you have going into it, because it thrusts you into the situation that makes you uncomfortable and uncertain automatically, and then you're thrown into this house where it's seemingly nothing is wrong, and then until you get to a specific level, and then all of a sudden things start getting weird. So it's that like level of like long drawn out like uncertainty, like everything seems a little too perfect, nothing's attacking us, what's going on, and then throwing that first encounter of the animated armor that just gets thrown right at you, and you're like, oh god, now something's wrong, and then you immediately realize that there's way more wrong here than you initially may have thought, which I really liked. So I'm excited because we're in the basement. We're in the basement dungeon. We just did a couple, I think like 1 or 2 encounters down there. But they have the entire rest of the basement to explore, and then hopefully see if they can get their way out.
Yeah, no one's died yet, you said?
No one has died yet. So far they're doing okay. Some of them came close, but they're doing pretty well so far. And the one thing that they haven't done that we had the chance to do in the Death House was take a long rest. So
Yep.
they have not had a chance to do that.
But I was talking to Beth when she was here last time, and well, you were there as well, obviously, and we mentioned that
so.
they could go back upstairs to the bedroom
Mm-hmm.
and potentially do that. But that is up to your playstyle of whether or not you want to allow that.
That is up to Beth if she remembers, because
Also
highly
that.
unlikely that she remembers.
There is also that.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But now that you're DMing it, I know you just started. But do you think you prefer it as a DM or as a player?
This is a conversation that I think a lot of different DMs have asked of preferring whether to be the DM or the player, and definitely both have their merits. Both have a different attitude towards them, and it's different. I mean, just going from being a player in Strahd in season 1 to being the DM in season 2, I think it's a different level of satisfaction that comes from each one,
Yeah.
and it's a different. I personally think it's almost not comparable, because the level of fun you get from being a DM, it comes from a much longer form and a longer satisfying feeling of like doing all the work and then getting the joy at the end and the fulfillment at the end of that. I guess the recognition from the players that what you're doing is good.
I think the better question, I guess, would be: do you like experiencing the spoops or giving the spoops?
I would say both. It comes from a different way, because it elicits different emotions. When you're in the moment and you don't know what to expect, it's more. How can I describe it? When you're in that moment and you're trying to piece together what's actually happening and you are trying to figure it all out, it's fun in the way of having it be unknown and trying to figure things out.
It's a puzzle giver versus puzzle solver mentality.
Yeah. I honestly don't think I can compare the two.
As much as I DM Strahd, I've never played in it, so I don't have that to compare.
Yeah. Hold on, let me finish this circle, and then I will think about what I want to say. How can I have to think about this? Because I've only really played the one session so far, so I haven't gotten a lot of time DMing Strahd.
Yeah, well, I mean, you also did the Meanwhile series.
True. That was a little different, though. There was some spooky stuff in there, but there wasn't a lot, and also the game was heavily derailed by the party, because that group was just that party was nonsense, and I love that party.
Between Tank and Billy Bob Boom, you had your work cut out for you.
It was so funny. Like, I couldn't really be spooky there. I ran the Amber Temple, which is easily one of the spookiest and most terrifying areas in Strahd, and it was a joke.
the ghost arc, though, did have a lot of spooks to it with that the little girl in the mansion.
True, it did have a lot of like spookiness to it, but I felt like it was immediately the tension and the comic relief was almost immediately relieved by the party.
Yeah.
Because of their antics and what they were doing. So while, yes, like it had spooky elements to it, the dread never really lingered in that game.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, when Adam told me he was running, I think it was Zamet and was it Shanks or Doucher? One of the other ones through Curse of Strahd. I'm like, oh, that's going to be a way different experience than what I went through.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. It heavily relies on your party.
Yeah.
Like, even just running it for, I mean, I think it would also be a very different scenario based on who you ran it for. Because when we ran it, all three of us, Nick and Drew and I, we were, I mean, with the exception of Nick from time to time, like, we're more or less pretty serious about things and treated it seriously, and we're like regularly confused and role played out serious situations. Whereas, the group I'm running it for now, while they do RP, it's not to the level that we did in the podcast, which is like we're trying to put on a show and role play out these characters, whereas they there's a lot of joking, there's a lot of like tension relief almost immediately.
Yeah, I think the only frustrating bit for me was as the DM trying to make a very serious tone, and then having the spoops dealt with in the form of sass.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a player versus character mentality. But
That's honestly
that was just kind of how the brand became its thing. And how players handle those situations, because some people don't handle serious situations seriously. They handle it by laughing through them.
Right. That was one of those things I was actually like really surprised at with you, is that you didn't go harder in the punishment aspect of like relaying that fear that Strahd should really elicit.
I will tell you exactly why. It's because I didn't want the party to get killed and then we didn't have a show anymore.
Right.
That was the only reason for it, because I thought about it quite often of how I was going to handle the situation, especially when they were kind of back-talking Strahd while in the castle, and I threw that ray of cold out there. The first time I went around that and I was trying to establish that fear aspect was casting Blight on Ismark at the crossroads.
Yeah. I think that if you would have cast Blight on a player instead, it would have been handled much differently.
I think so. At that level, though, when Ismark got hit with that, I don't think you would have survived it.
Right.
So that was a weird thing to handle. And in the book, it mentions having Strahd pop up more. But I couldn't imagine the challenge level you would face having Strahd showing up more and throwing a fireball out of nowhere.
Right.
But then at the same time, you almost single-handedly took down Strahd. So it didn't even require the party at that point.
Yeah. But the other thing is that like in the topic of railroading and using specific thing and fudging things for the purpose of plot, I mean, one thing you could have done is have that Blight spell be cast, but in a way where you actively knew Strahd was pulling this punch.
Yeah.
Because he's a little bit more confident in himself than he initially thinks. So like maybe potentially casting Blight, but like knowing that it's going to connect and not having the full brunt of the attack hit, but it's still either down someone or like down someone in a hit, or having it like almost knock them out entirely.
Yes. Since that was the castle and it was towards the end, I know I had tons of like death saves that you guys had of sorry, not death saves. What am I thinking about? The thing to protect people against death. Death ward. You guys had that in droves.
Yeah, we did.
So much of them. And I did that because without playing the module beforehand, I didn't know how that last fight was going to go. I could only view it from a situational perspective, and especially after that Baba Yaga fight or Baba Lysaga fight. That was a rough one.
Yes, it was.
And I thought that may have went in the same direction as the Coffin Maker shop. Because it even says like almost every forum is like, this is the hardest fight in the book. Especially after that, I didn't know how to handle the Strahd situation as much. And my way of fixing that, and someone suggested, they're like, Strahd is a wizard, is not a sorcerer. So if you want to change the spells out and still be accurate, go ahead. Because he'll just memorize different ones for the day.
Right, that's true.
So that's why I had him memorize the Wall of Force.
Right.
And I wanted to cut off the party and then eventually have it come down by you guys hitting him and his concentration going, which is the direction it went. And it didn't exactly backfire, but I made different situations. I didn't use his AoE spells because oh, ow, that just hurt. I didn't use his AoE spells because there wasn't a lot of people at AoE.
Right. It was just the two characters, really.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other spell I had him memorize was telekinesis. Because I wanted to take a player and or the Sun Sword and throw them directly out the window.
Right.
And that would have been a very cool moment. I think I would have took Ismark and threw him, because Strahd would have known by that point that you had wings. Like, flying was not a secret.
Right.
But if we took Nick and threw him out the window, my assumption would be you would have been flying after him.
Sure.
So I wanted to have that telekinesis prepped because when I saw the card read of where the final battle was going to take place and I saw the set piece, I was very happy with it. Because that set piece, that room is amazing. And it does not take a lot of brain power to see that from a cinematic angle. So I'm like, what can I do to make this even more three-dimensional? Like, just add something else to it. And I'm like, oh, I can make the combat happen out the window. And someone tumbling down the chasm. But that never happened. Instead, you pinned him and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But also having that our scene and you differential was huge.
That was really, really cool. That was, I think, one of my favorite moments in that fight was that like realization of like, wait a minute, Ven can't control his body, but he's got another person in there.
Yep. And it was one of those things that I'm very happy that it popped in my mind the day before, because on the spot, I don't know if I would have made that choice.
Yeah.
But I did actively think about it and was hoping that it would come up.
Speaking of that situation, though, you know, a piece of advice for all DMs is like, you don't have to be perfect immediately all the time.
No.
If your players stump you and you're immediately like, oh, that is a situation I was not prepared for, you can, in all honesty, be like, hold on a minute. I now have to rethink some things. Let's take a quick 5 or 10 minute break while I figure something out quick. Like, that's totally fine.
Yeah, especially from a podcast angle. If you're listening and going, wow, this stuff happened really fast, it's because we cut out the silence. I stared at those spells between turns for a long time.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of dead silence when we play, because there's a lot of people thinking of what to do, and sometimes situations get tense, and you're like, there's so many different options of how I can go about this, and trying to figure out the perfect thing to do in the moment. It takes time.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch Critical Role, like, Mercer does it, not frequently, but every so often, especially if he's running spellcasters.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, I need to think about this. What are the moves that he can do right now?
Yeah. What's the like, it's a lot, it comes down to a lot of times, like, what is the best possibility in the move right now, but also what would this NPC or character do
exactly
in this moment?
Yes. That's sometimes even the harder decision, because you want to make the smart play, but it may not be a smart character you're playing.
Exactly. If you're playing, like, say you're playing a bard and they're very braggadocious, like, oh, they could use dissonant whispers to do some damage, but maybe they want to use pyrotechnics instead because they want to be full of themselves and think that they have the upper hand.
That's one thing I was very happy about with last night's game with Adam. For the game I was referring to earlier, Adam Carnivale from D&D is for Nerds is the DM for our Descent into Avernus game, or Avernus, or however you pronounce it. I don't even know at this point. When we were versing the two individuals in the passages, I won't give too many spoilers because people don't know Avernus stuff from our channel.
Yep.
Having one of them run away when all the damage was put out. They weren't just mindless drones fighting to the death. They're like, oh, Jesus, Barry just got shot.
Yep.
Like, I'm running. And I mean, we chased him down, and you did some sweet moves, make him clothesline himself.
I like playing a monk. Monk is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun.
Oh, I just heard your pickaxe break.
You heard it from all the way over there?
I'm right below you now.
Oh, okay. But you're below me.
6.
Oh, are you in the like little main?
Yeah,
chamber?
I'm in a little crafting nook.
I see. 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Drop off some cobblestone. You said you had a cobblestone chest down here, right?
Yes, it is the far one on the bottom.
Far one bottom. Oh, it's almost full.
Yep.
Okay.
I've been going at it for a while.
That is 100% full now.
Oh, good, because I was about to get more.
We're gonna need another chest.
Yeah, that's fine. One thing we do need is a storage area, which I was. Maybe my other one will be that.
I don't know where to put these chests.
Could
do that.
I mean, you can put them on the top floor for now if you'd like.
No, that's fine. I put it down here, but I just put it right next to the other chest.
Okay, I hollowed out this room at least, so that's done.
And you said you had wood. I want to keep the oak logs, but I'll put the dirt away.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of wood in there. I've been burning through wood quite a lot, but I've been planting the trees to get more. Oh, I see what you did. Very smart.
Yeah, I just plop them all right next to each other. 2, 3.
And for those of you who just looked and saw me take cobblestone out and put it back in, I was seeing if there was achievement there. That's all.
Got some more blocks of coal. Okay. Pop this there. Bam. All
pop,
right.
pop.
Pop, pop.
Yeah, the shovel's going to break shortly.
But I mean, speaking of using comedy as a device,
because
we got Taking Initiative are fans of comedy.
No, we're not.
All right, well, fuck you then. In Storm Kings, just recently, without actually giving any spoilers, there was some very comical moments where there was a lot of like, I think it was like just session after session after a very, very stressful scene, a stressful situation. Like, the next sessions were just nothing but comic relief.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like in a lot of situations, like it's a very important tool to have, and it's very important to have stressful situations be met with that relief of tension. Just being able to take a step back and be like, okay, let's laugh for a little while and decompress, because if it's all doom and gloom, a lot of people typically don't want that. They lose interest and it bogs down things. But using the stress relief as a device in so many other things is very, very beneficial, and a very good tool as a DM. Oh, forgot.
You want to sleep?
Spooky lightnings.
Also, I didn't answer right away because I was answering questions about our podcast scheduling. We may need to work towards a weekday recording because otherwise it's December.
Yeah. Oh, right. Because Hannah just said.
Yeah, it's a birthday in a little bit.
Well,
so we can talk about that off stream, but definitely we should try something during the week.
Yeah, most likely.
I'm laying in bed. Got my thunder buddy.
Okay, I was just finishing up this little carving area. I'm almost done.
All right.
I carved out half of it so far. It's taken a while because I made it super large.
Oh, I don't think I showed the new map here, but the map I have in my offhand here, that is a place, which unfortunately the farm is to the left and not on the map, so it just didn't fit where we had it. But that's fine. I like the map, though. It's aesthetically pleasing. All right. If you want, you can take a look in the little area here that I hollowed out. Again, didn't do anything except hollowed it out for now. Also, with bookcases, this would take a long time. Because leather takes a long time. So I'll probably go and breed some cows just to get the leather going. These books take flipping forever. And then I'll have to think about how to handle this room. I don't want to put too much in here because we still have more areas to cover. But I think having this big room from this entryway would be pretty nice because you go from a claustrophobic kind of area to, like, expansive.
Sorry, I was reading the Slack message that I didn't get a chance to read before.
Gotcha. I was like, did John just disappear?
No, I was reading Hannah's Slack message.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There we go. Oh yeah, so if you want to take a gander... Oh, you went already.
Sorry, I'm coming. My mind is all over the place. I got a bunch of messages all at once.
So we got the middle chamber here.
Oh!
And then we got the layer above, the layer below.
I like this.
So I think I'll replace this level with like the balcony area. Either have a railing or no railing, and then I'll put stuff into the walls, a little recessed, so there's still room here. because I don't want to feel
That's
crowded. And then
That's
if we
nice.
put the 5x5 enchantment table area, these sides are 7x7, so we can put it directly in the middle if we want to. We can also have like entryways to staircases through the wall and down, which I think that's how it was handled in. Was it the Final Fantasy VII Remake Library? Was that the stairs were in the walls or they were part of the pathways? Do you remember?
They were the walls. It was the entire outside of the wall.
Gotcha. Okay. So maybe I'll like make an entrance way and then have the stairs hidden.
You're talking about the one that was in the
towards the end.
The Shinra
Mansion. Yes.
Okay, not the mansion, the building.
Shinra building.
The mansion's in Nibelheim, which we have not gotten to yet.
Yeah. Well, what is a skyscraper except for a very vertical mansion?
You know, I can't disagree with you, but I can hate what you just said.
That's fair. That is a fair point. I'm gonna remember that. All right, let me. This looking good. I like this. This is a very wide room. Is this a 19 by 19 as well?
This is a 23.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, that explains why it's so big.
Yeah, a lot better.
All right. Well, let me go take care of Zepham for now. And get my hoe, just in case. And I'll go do the hoe thing. Well, that one didn't get a sigh, at least. So we're getting there.
I mean, that one was actually kind of clever.
Oh, thank you. I'll take a kind of clever. That works. I never know with Adam whether or not I'm going to get a sigh and a shut up or a good boy card.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you never know with him.
I also texted him. I'm not going to get into it because we don't do politics here, but I texted him so that way he knew what was happening when he woke up because it happened when they were sleeping.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Granted, though, I'm assuming like I don't know how news works in a lot of different places in the world, but I assume and from what I've seen on Reddit, the entire rest of the world is real tired of seeing nothing but United States news.
Yeah. Like we have our own country and our own stuff to deal with.
Yeah. You guys deal with your own things. We'll figure this out.
Yeah. And that is the extent we're going to talk about politics.
Yes.
Done. Because again, here at Taking Initiative, what we like to do is have an escape from everything going on. Whether it's good news or bad news out in the world, we just want something else here.
Yeah.
Because you hear it everywhere else. Come here, cow. Eat this wheat.
Wow.
Bang that other cow. Have a baby.
Wow.
Sheep, do it.
I mean, consent first, but please.
Well, those sheeps are going at it. The other one was like, bam! Did it. Done.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just stood there and watched.
No, actually, I told them to do it. I was an instigator. Okay, that blue and pink sheep just made a pink baby. I'm guessing blue is a recessive gene.
Huh. Interesting. Let's talk further about the biology of sheep reproduction in Minecraft.
Yeah, dominant versus recessive genes, and it seems that the blue is recessive. I mean, I'm guessing the red parent color is more
true. I guess the pink would
stronger.
be the mixture of I would say, as red is a primary color, red would likely be a dominant gene.
Well, what are the other primary colors here? We got yellow and blue.
True.
So blue doesn't seem to be a primary color along sheep wool. I wonder if it's an order thing. Like maybe I clicked on one first, or
maybe it's because sheep are colorblind.
Maybe. You know, That was clever, but I can say that I hate it.
Yeah. You're welcome.
That didn't take long to use.
Oh, nope. Usually doesn't when it comes to me.
Nope. All right, let's see if I can get any more cows here. And what I like is that these animals are so far away from the base that we don't need to hear them the whole time.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's pretty calm right now by me.
What about you sheeps? Come on. Okay, so pink and orange. Let's see what comes out. It is a little orange sheep.
Oh, huh. Okay, cool.
So orange. Well, man, orange is the best color.
Over there.
This makes me happy.
I have the Twitch stream up, so I'm looking at what you're doing. You got a whole rainbow over there.
Oh, I do. Yeah, there's a lot here. I felt like I should have a pasture that Morgan would be proud of.
That's fair.
Yeah. And well, I mean that by two ways. One, there's like a rainbow, and two, she hates, and I mentioned this before, when I pack all the animals together in a small pen because of animal rights. Again, not real animals, but you know what? They're enjoying themselves. I need to chase them down, but that's fine. It's okay. Muchism threw a nice little rainbow heart into the chat.
Nice.
It should still be up there, and I think I released this for everybody, but if you would like a rainbow TI wallpaper or logo, it should be on our Patreon for free. You can just download it.
Pretty sure that's Morgan's background on our laptop, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. The other colors and such and designs, they're behind the Patreon wall. So if you want those, it's the $3 wall, which is the highest that we have going on. But that was released a while ago, so you can look at those. But we want to make sure that the rainbow one was readily accessible. I did Zephoming. Let's do the hay bales.
Hay bales.
My brain just went to like hay bales, which I don't like. I hate that it happened.
Dreaming pastures, no. Hay bales, hay bales. Oh my god.
All right, I'm thinking we'll go. We usually start at 1:30. We'll go to like 3:30, and then kill it from there.
Probably give me enough time to finish out carving out this little circle area.
Yeah. Looks like it's about to be nighttime again. That was a quick day, but we made some more animals. We did a little bit of the farming.
Nope, I need more pickaxes.
We hollowed out that room, which I'll work on that, I think, a little bit more off stream, so you don't need to keep watching me dig the whole time. I mean, you, the audience. Well, I guess you too, since you have this Twitch stream up.
True. God, so many pickaxes are being used. Okay.
I will get prepared before sleeps. So I'm thinking is this room, since it's the library, although a structure like this could work for storage too. We definitely need a storage area because down there is going to get filled up very quickly.
True.
I like how I ran over to his door and I was going to open it to see what I'm working with, and I forgot that I didn't dig anything yet, so I'm just staring at a wall.
Oh, hey, yeah.
And a torch for bright ideas. Close the door. Close that joke in there too.
Okay.
I'm also a fan. I did this lantern in between the stone brick post, and you know what? I'm very happy with myself about it. It's a cool look.
I put myself to sleep.
Oh yeah, I'll hop down in 1 second.
I was sleeping like a rock this morning, dude. I woke up and I realized that my mouth was just open.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I feel like a turkey out in the rain, which is also how Gab sleeps in the car.
Those are the good ones, and you end up getting asleep like that, and you wake up and your mouth is just like hanging off to the side, drool like flopping out of your mouth, and you're like, oh god. You wake up and you're just like, where am I?
Yep. And it's usually when I feel the drool slipping out of my mouth is when I look over to Morgan and be like, please be sleeping.
Yeah.
Please not see this. I mean, she won't judge. She'll be like, look, I did that too. But still, there's.
Oh.
You want to keep that to yourself.
Yeah. I, on the other hand, woke up to go to the bathroom and just didn't go back to sleep. So
that's unfortunate.
Probably likely I'll pass out tonight since we're not recording tomorrow.
That's true. Do you want to hand with this brick here?
Oh yeah, if you want to just start digging on the other side, sure. I'm just carving this out, and then I'm going to carve out the floor, and then I'm done.
Teamwork.
So I've mentioned on stream that I've been playing Hades, and you saw me playing it on stream yesterday?
Yeah, for a little bit.
What? Wow, that was only yesterday?
That was yesterday.
Christ.
It's these past few days have been a long year, gotta say.
Yep. But John, what have you been playing? What can you recommend? Or not recommend?
What can I mean, since I've been going back to work now, since I'm actually going back and forth to the office, and we're not in quarantine, I haven't gotten a lot of chance to play a lot of games. I've bought a lot of games, which I haven't played because I don't have the time.
Yeah, true.
And with a
school.
mixture of that, I'm going back to school for computer science, so I'm currently learning how to do Python. But I just recently picked up, and I'm excited to start playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Which is the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest.
Which you played, yeah?
I did play Ori and the Blind Forest. It was fun. It's a very pretty game. So I'm excited to play the sequel and figure that one out. I also just picked up One Step from Eden, which for anybody who has played the Mega Man Battle Network games, it's that type of combat system where it's a grid-based system. And the abilities that you get are essentially like a deck of cards kind of thing that are drawn randomly. And then you use those in battle, moving around the grid. I also just picked up Among Us and Phasmophobia. Like we started playing. Played Among Us for the first time. And I also just picked up, because it was on sale, because there was a big Steam sale, Code Vein, which is a anime game that I've been wanting to play for a while, and I've been told is rather difficult. But other than that, I haven't been playing a lot of things. Other than I've been watching anime lately with my girlfriend, because on Tuesdays we do a little anime club where we don't get a lot of time to see each other because we live kind of far apart. So we decided to do a little like anime club where on Tuesday night we would get together at night and introduce each other to animes that we are a big fan of. I went first and we watched Assassination Classroom, which is one of my favorite animes of all time. Love that show to death. And currently we are watching When They Cry, which is a horror anime. And I introduced her a little bit because we didn't want to watch horror this week because of the stresses that were happening. We watched Dr. Stone, which I also started watching. And I recommended it to Josh because I think he would really like it. It's a very smart show that has to do a lot with science.
Yeah, I have not had the chance to watch it yet. I did watch, as I mentioned, Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo for a second time.
Yep.
Just to show it to Morgan.
Okay. I will leave this as this for now, I guess. Well, I could probably fill in the floor. I probably have enough time to fill in the floor.
What do you need to fill in with? Wood?
Wood. We're just doing... You did oak over here, right?
I did oak on the floor, correct.
Okay, yeah, I'll just fill it in with oak. I think I might have enough. Probably not. I'll probably have to get more.
I'm making a bunch.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I haven't really been watching anything else. After we did that binge of anime, I stopped watching things.
Well, not anime related, but you said recently you watched something with John Mulaney and Nick Kroll.
Yes, that I watched earlier this week. It was Oh Hello, which is a Broadway production that went to video, very similar to like Hamilton, where it was just recording them on stage from different angles. It looked very cinematic. That's not where you are. Nick Kroll is very hit or miss for me. Like I really liked him in The League, and such. But usually, like the characters and things, it's not just Nick Kroll. It's the pulling on the characters, like Sacha Baron Cohen, as smart as his stuff is and necessary, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I never got into the Ali G show and things like that.
Yeah.
But
I think the first thing I ever watched with him was Borat.
Yeah, I think I did as well, and then I watched Bruno.
Right, Bruno. Yeah.
You
have more. You said you have more wood, right? How much did you grab?
Oh, I have 30 more. So I'm just going to give you...
Okay,
oh, wait, no,
fine.
I have 39
I'll
more.
grab
Here you
them.
go.
No, that's fine. You can grab those. I'll grab some more wood.
All right. But yeah, I watched Oh Hello. And it's John Mulaney and Nick Kroll playing two old New Yorkers who obviously aren't the best of people, but they're playing them, completely breaking the fourth wall. They're talking to the audience. They're informing them of like their lives. John Mulaney plays a writer and Nick Kroll plays an actor. And in the play, they put on a play and perform like an old TV show they used to do, but they're also breaking down them doing it. So it's kind of a satire on playwriting and just theater in general. Has a lot of different layers to it, and one or two other people, well, I mean, two people show up during the show that I will not ruin because it was a big surprise to me. But it was definitely worth watching. I'm glad I watched it, and I'm waiting to show Morgan it. We are big fans of John Mulaney, and that's mostly the reason I watched it. Was I saw Mulaney did SNL last week, and then I watched all those bits, especially the one with Kate McKinnon doing the birds.
That one's great.
Yeah, because the Cinema Classics they did the last time Mulaney was on was hysterical, and I showed it to as many people as possible. But then I watched like an interview with Mulaney and Seth. I just blanked. Seth Meyers, thank you. Where they had a very legit 15-minute discussion of like just between friends and Mulaney asking very hard-hitting questions, and it sounds like Waiting for Godot, much as it says. I haven't seen it, but quite possibly. But yeah, it was a very good conversation between Mulaney and Seth, and then I went on to Netflix to see if I missed a Mulaney special, and that popped up. And I remember seeing signs around Manhattan for it, and no real interest to watch it, but I'm like, I'll give it a shot, and then stayed up very late to do so.
Yeah.
It was definitely worth watching, and I'm excited to show Morgan
Speaking of Waiting for Godot, that's one of the plays that I never got to see when I was in school. I went to school for theater, and I'm very upset because I think there was a chance that no one told me about when I was in college that people were going to see the Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen production of Waiting for Godot, and I would have loved to go see that, but I think I missed out on it, and I was very upset. But that's one of those ones. I believe from what I know about it, it's a very absurdist play about two people waiting for a man named Godot to show up.
Okay. Absurdist is a hard hit for me sometimes. I guess like Monty Python would fit in that way, but not all Monty Python hits with me either. Like the original show is very hit or miss for sketches. Sketch comedy is, for lack of a better term, sketchy for me. Some is really good, like Chappelle's show. Some of his stuff was amazing. Kate and Peele, some stuff there really hit well.
Yeah.
But that's also the danger with, and also with something we grew up on was Derek Comedy, which is where Donald Glover came from. Hit or miss for sketch shows, and this is SNL included, is you try so many different ideas. It is very rare that all of them will hit.
Yeah, that's true.
You try, you see what works. You take what works and you build upon it, and then the ones that fail, you either learn from it or you unfortunately keep on making those mistakes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just getting an outside look at what I did so far and trying to figure out if that's where I want to go with. It's cool. I might dig out a little bit more and kind of carve upwards.
Yeah.
To allow, or actually no, that might work out where I can build a little like nook in the top to have water flowing down into.
Yeah, I think if maybe you made an accent around the entrance that could highlight where it is,
Yeah, like you have the little steps there. I think that'll help.
Yeah. Or even just like having the roof section when you put that on. This is where I was having a hard time, was I was not seeing the angles and I just had to visualize it.
Mm-hmm.
I think having the ceiling and the floor will give it more depth and will kind of like mark where it is in there instead of just a little nook thing.
Yeah. True. Oh my god. Let me take a look at what you were doing over here.
Oh, I mean, I didn't do anything else. I helped you out.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the room still looks the same.
Cool.
You know, I'll probably handle that off stream, and maybe
I
I'll
like this,
do
though.
something similar in the other one for storage.
Yeah, that would definitely be helpful.
Yeah, because we will need it soon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
by soon, I mean like now.
Yeah.
Especially if this is a home base for everybody, whenever people get in here.
Mm-hmm.
Then having one central location that is very vast in the amount of storage we can use will help.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I'm going to need my own room and work at it that way. Hello, bed.
I mean, for now, once I finish that little area up there, you could probably use it and move the beds up there and keep them up there.
That's true. We're going to have like a barracks and everybody's sleeping in the same place. We have all these vast, very cool rooms.
Slumber
and then,
party!
Yeah,
Little tight bedroom.
And also, like, we have a lot of wheat, so maybe I'll make some bread, put those in the chest.
Weed? We have a lot of weed?
We don't have a lot of weed. You probably has a lot of weed right now. Jersey.
Oregon? Didn't they just pass? Yeah, no.
I know
and Jersey. Jersey did too. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's make a ton of bread. There's 30 loaves of bread. Throw those in there. I can make some more. I'm doing this wrong. Do better. There we go. And let's make some bread. Cool. We made 54 loaves of bread and we still have 44 hay bales. I think we're okay.
Yeah, that's pretty. Did you start in this area?
No.
Or you found it?
I started in a different area.
Okay.
If you want, we actually, day just started. I'll show you where the old place was. And you can see that it's now ramshackled.
Oh, okay.
And let me just pull out my map. There we go. Granted, I usually walks back with the other map, but I'm pretty sure I have it ingrained in my head now. Doop, doop. Oh, here's all my reeds down here, by the way. So if you need reeds,
Oh, yeah, I passed by them before when I was chopping these trees. Shut up, zombie.
Yeah, there's also a beehive in this direction.
Oh, cool.
I obviously don't have a pickaxe with silk touch.
Silk touch, yeah.
So can't do anything with it yet. I also don't even know what the bees could really do for us.
I think they give you honey, don't they?
I would imagine, but I don't know. I never really used the bees in here.
Oh, there's an Enderman.
Don't look at him.
We could, and then both gang up on him.
That's true.
Get an Ender Pearl.
You're so violent.
Oh, it's a Puppo. Hi, Puppo. Oh, Jesus.
You okay back there?
Enderman, please.
Much as a beehive, I hope that doesn't mean a bee cult is around. Yeah, we talked about bees the other day. Yeah. Bee cult. Lilith will lie to you and tell you that there is no bee cult, but I assure you, it's there.
There's no bee cult.
Get out of here.
Hi, Mr. Bunny. Bye, Mr. Bunny. Oh, wow. There's a lot of Endermen.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Why? Why?
I guess we could have a good location to find Enderman.
I guess? I'm wondering if that means like an end portal is around there. I don't know the logistics on that.
I don't think that's how it works, but that's insane.
You know, I also don't know how it works. I don't remember if we passed the place or not. I think we went too far. There it is. I found it. We went a little too far.
Oh, okay.
because it was right on the cusp of the winter biome.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Winter, the tundra biome, rather.
Oh, I think that might be why. I think Endermen regularly spawn in the tundra biomes.
Oh.
There's like certain biomes where a lot of Endermen will spawn. I think tundra is one of them, and I can't remember the other one.
So I had
This is
lanterns
nice.
hanging here. I took all the lanterns, took all the crops.
Nice.
So it's now
Oh, you
abandoned.
just have a tiny little house.
Yeah, this is where I like started.
Nice.
And then I had my little workroom down here.
Oh yeah. I remember you showing me this. Yeah.
And then I had a door to nothing.
Nice.
And down there was a bunch of strip mining with bedrock. And this
So
was
what,
all
you
that I
just-
did.
So you just went exploring and found that area, and you were like, "Oh, this is much nicer."
Pretty much. We had chat pick the different places because we were looking for sheep
Gotcha.
initially. I had to make the bed out of flipping string because I couldn't find sheep. So eventually we found the sheep, and very nearby we found that flat area, and we saw the waterfall and everything. We're like, yeah, you know what? This works. And it's a lot better, and we were able to expand a lot more. I tend to, I guess I flip-flop, but I like flat areas to build on because you have a lot of
I agree.
real estate, but there is something fun about, building on like the top of the mountain or in a little hilly area because you have natural contours in the land that make it look better.
Yeah.
And again, we'll probably be building off stream as well, just so we can get some work done. Because some of this does take hours. Oh, yeah, the promised land, as you can see, the sheep is here, so we are approaching the promised land.
Gotcha.
Yes, as you can see, there are horses and large field and all the trees that I put down in a line, which is odd to see from this angle.
Huh.
I normally looked at it like head on, so it's just a big line of trees, like depth wise. Now it's just it's just guarding the place. But you can tell with the promised land here that there is. Turn around. Right here. There is a. See that opening in the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
That is the viewpoint that there's a cave system that goes back into the base.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that one right up here by the piggy.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, you were building over here before. Gotcha. Oh, wait.
I wasn't building over here, but if you go this way, I didn't do this on purpose. I just found it.
You just randomly found it? Wow.
You can see the wood of part of my base.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And it went to the area that we wanted to go to. And if we go through here...
Oh, wow.
That's the area.
Nifty.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I liked that.
Sweet.
So at one point I'll probably build that out a little bit. Not too much because I like the man-made cave system. Oh, sorry, the natural cave system.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, eat this bread. Oh my god. Ooh.
Right. It's 3:23. I think we're good. Unless there's anything else you want to take care of right at the end.
Nope, I think I am good.
Okay.
Bounce on my bed.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Muchism. Thank you very much for chatting with us in the chat. For things that are upcoming, Monday is going to be another stream at 9 p.m. We'll see what we're going to play that night. It's been changing all the time, so we're not specifying a game, but we'll just be playing. And then, not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, you'll see that Jonathan and Jules from the Dungeon Drunks will be joining Morgan and me for Phasmophobia. That should be a lot of fun and probably a lot of screaming happening, and then a lot of laughing for it. We have episode 39 dropping for patrons next Friday, and publicly on the Monday after that. And I think that's it.
Yeah, I didn't think of anything else.
Yeah. Oh, you can catch Morgan on Tuesday at the Gamers Table Twitch channel. That she's playing Star Trek. She's playing a wonderful character, an engineer, and they just had their Halloween episode last time, so this time they are continuing from there. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah. So if you want any more updates from where you can find when we're going to be streaming, you can follow us on Twitter at @TI_pod. Hop into our Discord. I'm constantly announcing things in there when we're doing things, so that's probably the most up-to-date and quickest you'll get information. And if you need those links, you can find it at takinginitiativepodcast.com. I'm Josh. That's Bucky.
Hi.
And we'll
Bye.
see you later. Goodbye. Bye.